Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a real-time video of me creating spreads to match my poems. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday on the feature that YouTube has where you can do posts for updates. I put on there that I wouldn't be posting yesterday or last night. I did not have time to record before I left, and I thought that I would come home and do a nighttime journal video, but I got really tired, so I didn't do it. So I figured I would do real time today and do yesterday's poem and today. And I'm also going to do them both in my passport, just so I don't have to feel overwhelmed from doing two spreads at once or in a row. And I actually need to fill up my passport. So that's kind of perfect. Alright, so the first one we're going to work on is the one titled Mouth of Blades. And I actually really like that title. It's just about someone who, I guess, constantly speaking bad about themselves or just view themselves in a negative light, which I feel like we all kind of do at times. And yeah, it's kind of just like constantly cutting yourself down. And these are the two images I chose for the spread. I really like this one because you can just see her reflection in the mirror. And it's nighttime, so it gives off like a moody vibe. And then this one is a wilted dying flower. So I thought these went really nice together. I'll probably just put the meanings of poems in the description box. I feel like it will be better that way, and I can clearly and better explain the meanings. I don't think I like that there. Oh my gosh, this is really hard to rip. Okay, I think I'm gonna put that right here. That actually looks really good right there. Okay, and then this one, I think. Oh, I think I want to make another pocket. Let's try that. That was fun. I'll probably use my. Ooh, wait, no. I don't want this spread to be like too cute. I feel like a pocket will kind of make it feel that way. Maybe if I use different kind of paper, it wouldn't feel like that. Maybe this vellum piece will become our pocket. Oh, that did not stick. Okay. So I guess that's our pocket. Now let's decorate it. All right, I'm gonna try to explain this poem. I don't know why it's so hard to actually talk about my work. It just feels very uncomfortable. I'd rather write it out, but I'm gonna try. So let me grab the book again. And where is it? So this one is Mouth of Blades, and let's see. It just says, on my tongue I speak words like razors, gashing myself, draining out. The person God made me disintegrate slowly. These are the wounds that no one can see. The wounds that aren't covered by cotton, but by the curve of my lips and the twinkling of my eyes. So basically, like I said, someone who's constantly talking down and bad about themselves and forgetting that they are basically created in the image of God, and that's not how God sees anybody that he creates, you know. And so, but like the more we do that and the more we see ourselves in a negative way, just not being really content with mostly how we look. Because that poem is from the section of beauty, I think. Yeah, from the section of beauty. So just someone who's not content and satisfied and always like comparing themselves to other people. Well, that was kind of hard to do. See, I wish I had more. I need, well, I don't need, I do. I need more word stamps. And, oh, I already mentioned that in my last video. I tried to make my own with sticker paper, but they didn't work out because of the way the printer pulls on other pieces of paper. It's weird. So I only had a couple that were actually really good. Guys, this is not coming off. On the handmade paper. Okay, there we go. And then I think I will do a bird stamp. I think this is becoming one of my signature stamps. It's the bird one. Maybe this should not have been real time. I always have these big plans of talking a lot and just being really like, I don't know, knowing what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, and then I start recording and I just go silent. Either because I talk too fast and say everything I was thinking about, or I'm concentrating. There we go. I think I like the way this turned out. Just make sure this doesn't smudge. Okay. I think I did it. And then I think I'm going to put something up here just so it's not empty. Actually, I think I'll leave it for now, and then if I add something later, I will just add it later. So now we can go on to the next poem, which is called Grapes and Wine. And I also really like the title of that one. What a difficult task to see yourself the way you so easily see others. We dress them up in our mind as grand, bearing all we could wish for. So that last line, bearing all we could wish for, I forgot what that meant. What that means. When I look at it, it doesn't make sense to me, but the rest of the poem does. So this is something I actually, I guess you can say it's a struggle. Maybe it's disbelief. I don't know. But like, you know when you get a compliment from someone, and then you feel really nice, because who doesn't feel nice after a compliment? And but when you look in the mirror later on, you kind of question what it is that they see or what it is that they saw. And I do that a lot. And so this poem is explaining that, and the answer is really in the title, which I really like. I like the way I did that. Grapes and wine. When you think about grapes, you think of fruit, something sweet, you know, just a piece of fruit. And then when you think about wine, you think of, well, at least I think of, I guess, fancy people, elegant people, like fancy parties or whatever. And this poem is about comparing yourself to others. And when you think about the way I described grapes and wine, I guess you would just think they're different. One is better than the other. One is a nice, fancy, expensive drink, and the other is just a piece of fruit that comes from the ground, from dirt. But when you really think about it, wine comes from grapes. I don't know much about wine, so I don't know if there's like different fruits that you can use. I'm pretty sure there are. I don't know. Yeah. But I just like that comparison. And then you really think about it, is they're not different at all. It's just different stages. And so wine is not really better than grapes. Nobody is better than the next person. It's just all in our heads at the end of the day. So now we will decorate this spread and we'll be done. And I hope that I might stop talking for the rest of the video, because this has actually been a little challenging for me. I don't know why. To talk about my work, yeah, it's kind of like when you have an Instagram, like a secret account that your friends and family don't know about, and you're fine with talking to strangers and sharing everything about yourself with strangers. But when you get a little personal, it's a bit awkward. Maybe that's how I feel with sharing my work. Is like, it's out there, and when people buy it and tell me they read it and they like it, it's all good. But if I have to talk about it, please don't make me talk about it. Anyway, I am going to just focus on this spread. Oh, before I stop talking, these pictures I chose, I think, are really good matches. This one of the girl just sitting in her room looking out the window, I feel like this picture is me. I am this picture. I actually do this sometimes, even when I'm journaling or making videos. I'll just stop and kind of stare off into the distance and just be thinking about stuff. So I just kind of imagine myself as this painting and thinking about all the ways I don't look or wish I looked like, and thinking about things I maybe wish I had, or stuff that I want to do that just taking forever. So I thought this picture was a good match for the poem. And this one is just a picture of a room, which I liked. I was going to find a picture of like a glass of wine or wine that spilled, but then I saw this one and they just go together to me. So that's why I printed these off. So I might not completely stop talking. I might talk about the spread a little bit. Like, I don't want to tape this all the way down because I want to be able to see all the flowers in here. So I'll find some tape for that side. And I think I want to put a piece of paper behind it. Maybe. Actually, no. I think I'll just leave it like this. I'm going to try to keep this one really basic because I actually like the handmade paper. I think I am actually going to tape this one down. Lately, I have been thinking about whether or not I want to kind of ease up on tip-ins. Even though they're really fun to make, it makes it harder for me to think of something to write in that space. So, I don't know yet. Oh, well, look at that. Grapes. Maybe we should put these in here. Do I, though? Do I really want to put these here? I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to put those there. I think I want to use a different stamp. I just realized that this was supposed to be real time, and usually in real time journal with me videos, I don't move the camera around to get different angles. I just keep it, at one height. But out of habit, I have been moving the camera up and down, close, back. And so now there will be a little bit of editing. Which for me, real time usually means not a lot of editing. But I didn't even think about it or realize that I was moving the camera so much. That actually looks really nice there. think I'll do Dream in Mind again. This is one of my favorites too. Just because it represents the fact that I have a lot of stuff floating around in my head. It's a little crooked. Great. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it wasn't too confusing as I was trying to explain my work. Hopefully y'all get better at that. And I will not be posting this weekend. Sadly, it is my weekend to work. So I will have to continue this next week. I think on Monday. So this is 4 and 5. Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday would have been 6 and 7. To complete a whole week of poems. But we'll just have to do that on Monday. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you look forward to next week. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.